Hello and welcome to Alliance High School. The University of Mount Union is open for classes again. Winter is still upon us, but Mount is open for their second semester, and Mount Union does matter in the Alliance community. I have a wonderful student here. Tim Bagnola is with us today. He's from Canton, Ohio. Tim, you went to Canton Central Catholic High School. Why did you choose to go to Canton Central Catholic?
Why I choose to go to Central? Well, my dad went there, and actually my grandma went to Central when it was Mount Marie Academy.
Okay. So you have family that attended Canton Central Catholic.
Yep.
Did you enjoy that experience?
I did. I liked the small atmosphere.
Okay. Played in the band?
Yes, sir.
Still play?
Correct.
You're a percussionist.
Mm-hmm.
So you like to play the drums?
I do.
What's your favorite kind of drum performance?
Ooh, favorite kind of drum.
Are you a kettle drum man? Are you a snare drum man? Are you a trap set man? Are you a, which one?
Well, for the past 2 years in marching band, I've been playing bass drum.
Bass drum.
Next year, I hope to get on snare drum.
Okay.
But we'll see. I always admire tenor players just
Okay.
because of the multi-drums and the movements.
So you like music?
I do.
Do you drum along to your favorite music?
All the time. Even when there's no music, I'm still drumming.
Now I need to ask this question, Tim Bagnola. Okay, I got to get you going now
All right.
since you're a musician. When you're drumming along to contemporary rock and roll music, who do you play with?
Who do I play with?
What's your favorite musicians that you're playing
Favorite
along
musician? Well, I listen to a lot of different things,
Okay.
different genres.
Okay.
Coldplay.
Okay.
I range from Coldplay to
Do you
like
play
Black
oldies?
Sabbath. Black Sabbath, AC/DC,
All right.
stuff like that. You know.
Your family, are there other musicians in your family?
Well, my dad was a trombone player
Okay.
in high school, and he actually went to Mount Union as
All
well,
right.
and he played in the band. And then my uncle played percussion.
Did your dad, does he still have his trombone?
He still has it.
Does he still play?
He played for alumni band.
So he's still
couple years
good?
ago. I wouldn't say that, but nah, he's fine.
Now, your director at Mount Union, I know him, Mr. Willis.
Yeah.
All right, he plays some trombone.
Oh yeah, he does. He plays a lot of trombone.
So because he plays trombone, did your dad play trombone in a band for him, or was that
No,
before he was in?
my dad was before Mr.
So
Willis.
has Mr. Willis heard your dad play trombone?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, so he didn't get to showcase his skills for your director, all right? All right, on the drums.
All right.
On the drums. Do you get to practice a lot?
Oh, I practice almost every weekday for sure, and a couple days on the weekend.
And where do you practice?
We have a practice room, the percussion room. I take lessons
Okay.
there, so I get a weekly assignment, and I have to work on stuff.
Do you have your own drums at home?
I have my own set.
You have your own trap set at home?
Hmm
What kind?
It's a little measly first act drum set I got when I was in grade school.
Now I have to ask this. Tim, if you had your ideal set,
Oh yeah.
all right, what would it be?
You know,
Money is not an object. You can go out and get what you
Well,
want.
money is not an object. Well, because I'm a computer science major, I'm fascinated with technology, and I love those sets that are just made of pads.
Okay.
And
so
they're
you're an electronic drummer?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Seriously?
That'd be pretty cool. I
Right.
think that would be pretty cool. If money was not an object, but then I'd also get a real drum set. Like
If you're going to buy a real drum set, what kind you going to buy? You going to buy a
Um,
Slingerland? You going to buy a Pearl? You going to buy a Ludwig? What kind you
yeah,
gonna buy?
I wouldn't really go by a name brand because I like all those names.
Okay.
It would just be whatever sounds good.
Okay.
But personally, my dream drum set would be, do you know Neil Peart from
Yeah.
Rush? He has a gold-plated drum set, and I was like,
You go
if
buy it
money-
from him.
If money's not an object, I don't want a gold-plated drum set.
And it's available online. You're buying
Yep,
that set,
that's me.
correct?
Yep.
Now let's talk a little bit about why you came from Canton, Ohio, Plain Township, via Central Catholic High School to Alliance, Ohio, the University of Mount Union. Why did you make that choice?
Well, when I was a little guy, I always said, you know, Mom, Dad, I want to go to Mount Union. I
Okay.
want to go to Mount Union. I just want to be just like Dad. I want to go to Mount Union. And they said, that's fine, but wait until high school.
Okay.
Look at different colleges and universities and see what you think. Well, high school junior year came, and I started looking at different colleges, different universities. And honestly, when I came to Mount Union, it sounds kind of corny, but I honestly got a feeling that says, you know, this is where
This
I'm
is
supposed to be. Yeah.
No place like here, right?
Exactly.
Now, Tim, you were a soccer player in high school.
Yep.
Do you play soccer now?
Just in my spare time, whenever I just kick the ball around.
Do you miss the
Of
soccer
course I miss
experience?
it. Of course.
Now, this is the question that'll be impossible for you to answer, but I'm going to ask you to answer.
Sure.
If you didn't play soccer and you didn't play music, Would that have had a significant negative impact on your life, you think? If you didn't do those things, because obviously they had a positive impact on your life.
Yeah.
But if you didn't do those things, would that have had a negative impact on your life, you think?
I think I would have found something else, because growing up, my parents exposed me to different sports. I did basketball for a while. I did baseball for many, many years. But soccer is just the thing I fell in love with, because I just love the constant motion. You were always moving, because I played midfield, and I was up and down the field for a whole 80 minutes of a game.
You're a runner.
Yep.
Now, at Mount, your major.
Computer science.
Why is that?
Well, when I came here as a freshman, I was completely undecided, had no idea where to start.
You're a junior now.
I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore, okay.
And so I went to what was called preview, which is like orientation. And they had different tables for the different departments, and I came across a table by Dr. Kirchmeyer of the computer science department. And I got to talking to him, and we talked about things like computers, and he actually had my dad when my dad went to Mount Union. And he said, you know, you should take a programming course. And I said, okay, I'm not opposed to it. I took the course, fell in love with it, and
rest is history. All right. Now, what's Tim Bagnola want to do, you know, when he finishes at the university?
Well, short little story, if you forgive me. When I was 15 months old, my parents took me and my older sister to our first trip down to Walt Disney World.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
And my mom said, obviously I don't remember it, but my mom said, as soon as I hit Main Street, my face just lit up. And at the time, I hated being in strollers, but I was glued to that stroller because I was just in awe.
Focused.
Yeah.
For a very, very, very young man.
And, you know, and ever since I fell in love with it, and I've researched into it, and I love the technology that goes behind it. They do some crazy things, and I just want to be a part of that.
So what you're telling me is you want to hone your computer skills so someday you can work in the Disney Corporation.
Yes, sir.
That would be ideal.
Yep.
Now, does that mean you give up your musical talent too?
Hopefully not. I'd still drum on the side. I never really thought that I'd do any professional drumming or anything. I just do drums and keep with music just for my enjoyment.
Your toughest class at the university so far?
The toughest class I've ever taken would have been Calculus 2.
And was that a requirement?
Well, I'm still debating on if I want to dual major in math, so it was a kind of requirement for myself.
Had you taken calculus before?
Yes, I had.
At the university or in high school?
I took both. I took it in high school, and then I took a refresher course.
What do you think your biggest strengths are as a musician and as a computer programming specialist?
Well, I think I'm a very good people person.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at
Communication
communicating with people. Also, I'm pretty good at understanding when people try to explain things. I understand. I can translate and put it into words. A lot of people would say I'd be a good teacher.
Now, when you say that, though, I have to say this: there's a lot of people out there that do computers who aren't good communicators.
Right.
They live off unto themselves in their own little world, doing their own little things. And when it comes time to be able to talk to somebody else and explain what's being done, they can't do that. So that's an asset for you. That's a major asset for you. You think that's a strength that's going to take you far?
I hope so.
As we close your show, Tim, let's give advice. Let's give advice to a young man who's out there and is thinking about going to a small school to study computer science. Why would they do that?
Why go to a small school?
Yeah, why instead of going to Berkeley or the University of Akron, Ohio State, why come to Mount Union to do that?
Well, I really like the small campus feel. All my professors know me by name. They know that I'm a computer scientist. They know where I'm going, and they really want to help you, and they're always open, and I really love that. It's a real personal connection.
Tim, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for coming on our program. I'd like to wish you the best of luck. Someday, you may be one of those people that gets those large credits on those very fast endings to movies and films that the Disney Corporation puts together. And I'm also looking forward to see you perform with the Mount Marchers, because I do go to the games, and I'll be looking for you to see if you're on the bass or on the snare, next year. So good luck to you in the future.
Thank you.
Once again, this is Tim Bagnola. He's a student at the University of Mount Union. He'll be there for a few more years, and then he'll be very, very famous based on what I learned about him today in our interview, because Mount matters. Stay tuned for many, many more outstanding shows from the University of Mount Union and on Carnation Cable Channel in the near future.